and welcome to this beginning part of learning an animal flow. The first thing you want to do is just warm up your wrists. You can do that while you're in squat. Like a good flexion, turn the hands back and upside down. It's morning here and it's dawn. It's the favorite time of my day. We're going to do about 5 skills in an animal flow routine. Many of them you already know, and some we're warming up to. The first thing you're going to do is get into your crawl position. Now you might be on your knees at this stage still, leaning forwards and back. But pretty quickly, if you can, we're going to lift the knees off the ground and be in our basic crawl position. So sink into your knees, make sure you can still look around easily, and breathe. Take some careful measured steps forwards and backwards. We're just really holding the position at this stage. Now I'm leaning back, bum towards my heels in what's called a loaded beast. It's called that because from this position right back down into a forward plank shape. Now if the loaded beast is too hard, so your knees are just hovering off the ground, then drop the knees down to the floor and work your way up to having your loaded beast position with the knees off the floor. Loaded beast is quite a tricky move to hold, quite a lot of strength going on there, but you will get used to it in time. Now from here, I want to go from loaded beast to a forward position, lifting my leg left and right. I'm just putting my foot to the side of my hand, stretching my body out and looking to the roof or to a spot forward and above me. Later, we'll bring the left and right legs to the side and we won't touch the floor. But right now, leaning forward, reaching one leg to the side, and stretching out in that position. The last skill we're going to try is a wave unload. It's kind of like a combination between the loaded beast, then raising your hips up above your head, articulating the spine in a wave until you end up in the COBRA position. So bottom up high, articulating the spine until we drop down into the COBRA position. And then we return in the reverse direction, back down to loaded beast. Hips up high and articulate the spine in a wave, taking your time, into COBRA. And that's the first part of our sequence today. Just the basic crawl, the loaded beast, the reaching forward into plank with one leg to the side, and a wave unload. We'll return to this same set of skills in the days ahead and we'll add on to it. And ultimately we'll put together a small combination or flow in the animal flow style. Now if you're staying around with me, I'm going to do a seated meditation just for 3 minutes. So find somewhere comfortable to sit. Sit cross-legged. I'll just lead you through the same meditation that I've discussed in an earlier post. I'm going to put my timer on now, about 30 seconds to settle in, and then 3 minutes for the actual reflection. Sit cross-legged and just sit forward into your legs reaching forward, and feel how your buttocks and hips just having a little stretch. This just helps us to feel a little bit more comfortable in the seated position. I clap my hands together very loudly and rub them together until I can feel the heat in my palms, and then place my palms over my eyes. This brings me into the room, brings me to the here and now. And then I lightly drag my fingers down the front of my face, and I settle into 3 minutes of reflection on my body. I'm breathing evenly through my nose, feeling the breath expand in my diaphragm, the lower diaphragm in my belly, and I'm searching for tension. Tension in my shoulders, tension in my back, tension in my face. Wherever I find tension, I just try to let it go. I'm not trying to hold any thoughts. If a thought comes in, I try to let it pass by unnoticed and without judgment. Once I've scanned through my body for tension, then I can start to focus on the breath in and the feeling of in my nose as I'm breathing in and breathing out. And now I'll hold this space for you for the next minute and a half. That brings us to the end now. Just have a light stretch, move your body around. If you feel like sitting down for another 3 minutes, go right ahead. You might feel that 3 minutes is not long enough. And if that's the case, sit back down again for another 3-minute reflection. And I'll see you again tomorrow or the next day for another round of animal flow.